The last 4 holes at Le Golf National are famously tough.
And we've talked to Tom Lehman and Jamie Donaldson about that finishing stretch, starting with holes 15 and 16.
Well, 15's a difficult hole. This stretch now is very tough, so definitely got to hit the fairway. If you start missing the fairway left or right, you're struggling to make par. There's more room right off the tee than you think, but that's where the water lies. Sets up a difficult second shot. You're going to see sort of 3 irons, 4 irons hit off the tee, and then generally they're looking at 9-iron pitching wedge, which is no easy feat because there's so much water all around the green.
Here we are on the 16th tee, and Tom, what a final stretch this is. You've captained an away team. What kind of an atmosphere do you think this hole could bring?
Well, it's a difficult environment for Americans to play in. The Americans have to not just face a hole like this with water, especially when the wind may be blowing, but they have to also deal with the emotions that a home crowd brings to the European team, and it's a very difficult situation.
So to have a par 3 like this so late on, potentially in the match, where could the difficulties lie and how tough could this be?
Well, obviously the tough pins are the front pins, just over the water. You don't want to be short. Anything back, is easier because you have all that room short to bounce it up or to miss it a little bit. But if the pin's in the front and you have to make a birdie or you have to hit a good shot, you have to bring the water into play. So the front pins are very difficult. If the wind starts to blow, whether it be helping or hurting or crosswinds, it's a tough shot in any circumstance, but in the Ryder Cup even more so.
Now to the 17th, obviously a challenge, but why?
It's the tee shot, really. You've got to hit the fairway. The rough here is so thick this week that any shots that miss the fairway would be very difficult to hit the green. The hole's shaped slightly right to left, and you'll see a lot of players trying to hug the left side when there's more room out the right. The last 4 holes are so difficult. You just got to be calm, try and just concentrate on one shot at a time and don't start thinking ahead. As soon as you start thinking ahead of yourself on this golf course, you're finished.
So we're down here on the 18th fairway, and Tom, the challenge that the players face here, if they get this far, is quite extraordinary. Just talk us through it.
Well, I think if I were playing, I would want to have my match finished by now. I don't want to have to play this hole under pressure. It's so difficult. You have to hit nearly perfect shots here. There's no room for error. The real trouble is away from the water. I mean, you would think, oh, I don't want to go in the water, I'm going to avoid the water, and so you play down the other side, and then you hit it in the rough. You have to go ahead and challenge the water off the tee, and you got to challenge it on your second shot. You can't play scared, you can't play away, you got to take it on. Whoever can handle that really truly is a champion.
Much rather them than us, Tom. Thank you very much.